All right, guys, how's it going? So, Fabrizio Romano, Mo Salah, he has chimed in again on the latest situation regarding recruitment at Liverpool in terms of, senior executives, sporting directors, basically Michael Edwards, right? And he says Liverpool owners want to give one last try to bring Michael Edwards back to the club. FSG want Edwards to take over football and put a new structure in place, including a new sporting director. Edwards has currently shown no sign of saying yes, but LFC will try again. Basically, FSG want a new structure to be decided as soon as possible, which won't take long. Final attempt for Michael Edwards with an answer soon, or they will move on in March. What's interesting is with an answer soon, which makes it sound like Edwards is thinking about it, doesn't it? Because why will there be an answer soon? He already said no previously, right, recently. So they already had their answer. If they've tried again, and they're expecting an answer soon, that must mean there's been a proposal or a proposition, right? Do you not think? Or do we have to be careful with the wording of this by Romano? Nevertheless, it's interesting. When we were linked with Michael Edwards, whenever it was, my memory's like when all this shit kicked off, I was very suspicious about that. I felt like it was, the owners saying, we tried to do this, we tried to do that. The Edwards one won't go away, which is rather interesting, because it's always been categorically no, 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 but now they're waiting for an answer. So if someone says no, how do you get them to say yes? It has to be like greater incentive, right? Which in our terms is more of that. But it would make him a very powerful individual at the club, very powerful. The way that is worded, by saying they want Edwards to take over football and put new structure in place, including a new sporting director. I don't think Fabrizio Romano has got this from anyone at Anfield or like the owners or anything like that. If it was David Ornstein saying it, I'd say this is probably coming from the top. But Romano, I imagine this is coming from someone down the chain somewhere. That doesn't mean that they're not important. What I mean by down the chain is not FSG. So down the chain, down to the Liverpool Football Club level, maybe Edwards himself, that kind of level. It's very interesting. I can't add more to it. I just want to bring it to your attention in case you're not aware. I like to listen to what Romano has got to say, and I find this interesting. Obviously, we've got the suggestion, I think it was Ornstein that said we should have a new sporting director in place next month. It's very interesting that we are not seeing the clique, that LFC clique of journalists, even speculating about the whole scenario, to be honest with you. I find that interesting. We're seeing maybe the mainstream media mention the sporting directors and stuff like that, but not really the ones that are apparently, close to the group, as Rafa would say, for sure. So, very interesting. I would have said the last time that we were linked with Edwards, I was dubious and I would have said, nah, never in a million years. The fact that it surfaced again suggests to me that this is genuine on behalf of the owners. Like the first time I was like, don't know about this. This actually sounds legitimate. And I would err towards changing my opinion in that it'll never happen to maybe it could happen. But it would make him a very, very powerful man at Anfield. And I don't know. I need to think about it, guys. I needed to bring it to your attention. I'll certainly be thinking about it. You drop your comments, your opinions, please, and let me know what you think about this. We were talking about Paul Mitchell yesterday. I don't know if you were on the stream yesterday. You might want to Google him, Paul Mitchell, sporting director. He was previously linked with us, wasn't he? the last time around when we had that was just before Boy George, I think. There's quite a few different people being mentioned with us. Yeah, definitely. But the wording of this suggests that they want Edwards to take over football and put a new structure in place, including new sporting director. Do you think that means then that Hulk Hogan would be going? Do you know what I mean? It's very interesting. Oh, I must say that Tag, some of you will know Tag, he's a Cop Talk VIP member and very good friend of mine, highly connected to Liverpool Football Club because of the position he used to work in at the club and the friends he's got there. He has reached out to me a couple of times the last few days, telling me he's got something for me. He came in on the stream last night, actually. So if any of you are on X, I think it's Tag 2056, just remember to message, say, hey, he said, don't you going to message him? Because he might have something on this. I can't remember what he said last night, but he's heard a few things. So tag someone if you do have X that you should listen to. You really should. Absolutely despises the owners. So always bear that in mind when he's passing opinion. All right, guys. It's time for me to get ready to go for some sherbets. Cocktails today. That could end up messy, couldn't it? All right, guys, listen, if you appreciate the video, please give a thumbs up. Doesn't mean you agree with me. I really want your opinions on this video. If you're going to comment on one video today, this is the one. What do you think? Whatever Romano is saying, this will be genuine. Well, what he's passing on is genuine with a good intent. You have to decide whether it's real or whether it's just the club trying to make out they're trying to do something. I actually think it sounds real now. I didn't the first time. But I must be specific. The first time when we went with Edwards, I'm not saying that it never happened or that they never reached out. I'm just saying that when they reached out, they knew they were going to get knocked back, but they still reached out anyway. Does that make sense? But this sounds like a decision soon. Very interesting. Something to think about this week. And I'm hoping to have a few quiet days now. So sod's law, something will go down. Well, there's a joke in there somewhere. All right, guys, thumbs up. Leave me a comment. Buy me a pint. Wish me good luck. Nice break in this lovely grey Birmingham weather. All right, guys. Take care, man. Speak to you real soon.